What's going on, everybody? Jackson Fuller here, and this is the latest edition of the StarNewsVarsity Weekly Rundown, where I kind of take you back, take a look at the past week of local high school sports. We take a little look forward, and really the theme of this some weekly rundown is winter sports are almost over. The regular season ended for basketball last week. We had New Hanover High School boys and Ashley girls winning the Mid-Eastern Conference titles. Over in the Coastal 8, Pender High School finished tied for first with East Carteret. But let's dive into the MEC. New Hanover had faced Hoggard on Thursday night inside Brogdon Hall with the outright title on the line, and the Wildcats won 59-46. They got three great performances from Makai Stanley, Dee Barnett, and Scotty Deffenbach. They did it all with a banged-up Jaheim Marshall and Malik Myers sick and out, two of their better players. And the Wildcats, they won it 3 straight years. They took a little hiatus last year atop the standings in the MEC, but they reclaimed their throne by beating Hoggard, who was the defending champion. So New Hanover will be the 1 seed at the upcoming MEC tournament, and the Wildcats, with their youth, have to be very excited about what the future holds for Kirk Angel over at Brogdon Hall. Ashley's girls won the MEC title. They clinched it with a 62-20 win over South Brunswick on Tuesday. And then they clinched their first undefeated season in the MEC with a 62-58 victory over Laney on Thursday night. What a night that was for Ashley. Sanaya Rivers' first game back at Laney. The Buccaneers' senior night. I'm sure they had a little bit of revenge on their mind. Laney was winning the entire game. Ashley forced overtime at the very end. Sanaya made a free throw with less than 2 seconds left to force overtime. And then in the extra period, Ashley's defense rose to the occasion, played great, and got a win over at Laney. And so the Screaming Eagles will be the number 1 seed at the MEC tournament. Both of those tournaments get started today, Monday. In the first round over there, the boys starts Monday. The boys go Monday, Wednesday. The girls go Tuesday, Thursday, and the championships will both be Friday night. Quickly, a preview of that. It'll be interesting to see if we get any upsets. I think New Hanover boys and Ashley girls are the favorites, hence their number 1 seeds. But there's definitely a chance that neither of those teams win the MEC tournament because of the depth, especially the strong teams at the top of the league this year. The boys, Hoggard's got to feel like they haven't played a good game against New Hanover yet, and they'd like a third shot at the Wildcats. But Laney and West Brunswick have shown glimpses all year. They haven't been consistent enough to be real contenders for the league title, but they've shown glimpses all year. West Brunswick beat New Hanover earlier this season. Probably, could have beaten them again at home, but let a big lead slip away. So on the boys, I think, New Hanover, Laney, West, and Hoggard are probably your best bets. And then on the girls' side, can Hoggard or Laney finally upend Sanaya Rivers and Ashley? Hoggard's getting better every single time they play. Laney, I didn't know if they had enough offense to kind of keep up with Ashley, but they proved that they did on Thursday night. That's got to be a huge confidence builder going into this MEC tournament. So the biggest game of the MEC tournament might be if Hoggard and Laney girls face off against each other on Thursday night in the semifinals, because the winner of that will clinch the MEC's number 2 seed in the 4A playoffs, and probably a home game with the loser having to get on the road. So elsewhere in basketball, we got 2 private school teams left, and they both reside from Cape Fear Academy. The girls and the boys are in the semifinals of the NCISAA 3A playoffs. The boys have won 3 games already in the playoffs. The girls have done just 1. They had a double bye, Cape Fear Academy. The girls will face Asheville Christian Academy in the semifinals on Friday. The boys will face Village Christian Academy, 1 win away from playing for a state title on Saturday. And that could be a lot of fun if the boys and girls from Cape Fear Academy are both playing in a state championship. Those semifinals and finals are down at Carmel Christian High School in the western part of the state. No swimming, of course. That season ended the previous week, so wrestling's really the only other thing going on other than basketball. And we had 33 area wrestlers qualify for the state championships next week. The Eastern regionals. Well, all of the regionals were this past weekend, but our local wrestlers only competed in the East Regionals. Laney as a team won the 4A East Regional, no surprise there. Let's take a look. I'm just going to run through some guys that, won regionals this weekend and probably have the best shot of any of our local wrestlers to win a state championship next week. From Laney, you've got Mark Samuel at 106, Connor Johnson 132, Seth Thomas 145, Devin Bell 170, and Emmanuel Bell 285. One name not on this list from Laney, who I do think has a chance of winning a state championship, is Marcus Mondragon, 138. So Laney's got a bunch of guys who have to have a lot of confidence going into next week's state championship. And that's in the 4A. Topsail in the 3A had Ben Baker at 120 and Alex Jones at 220 win regional titles this week. North Brunswick had Hunter Campbell at 145 and Brian Arago at 182. And West Brunswick had Matthew Smith at 132. Also want to mention Savion McCrae for West Brunswick at 190. I think he's got a great shot. So, the state championships, and they'll get started in the Greensboro Coliseum on Friday night, and we'll crown some winners on Saturday. I probably won't be able to attend that, but I'll be keeping a very close eye on that and making sure if we have any state champions, we try and get a hold of them and talk to them and provide some coverage for you guys from the Wrestling State Championship. That's really it. It's kind of crazy. After this week, we're only going to have basketball playoffs left of winter sports, and it'll be time for all area stuff to get started and spring sports right around the corner. That's kind of my task today, is going through schedules and sending out preseason questionnaires to all the spring sports coaches out there. So appreciate you guys so much for watching. As always, follow along StarNewsVarsity on Facebook and Twitter. Please sign up for our newsletter. You can do that by going to starnewsonline.com/newsletters. It's the StarNewsVarsity newsletter. On a normal week, we send that out Tuesday and Friday nights after the busiest nights of the week. This isn't really a normal week, so you might be getting that in your email Thursday and Friday night this week, because that's when the semifinals and finals of the conference basketball tournaments will be. Anyways, as always, appreciate y'all so much for watching. Everybody have a great week. Enjoy your Monday, and we'll be talking to you soon, I'm sure. Have a good one. Bye-bye.